Hey everybody, welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric, here with another whiskey review for you. On the bar for today, Deanston 1991, 28 years old, Muscat finish, single malt Scotch. As always here on the channel, nose taste finish review. This whiskey's coming your way. I'll tell you a bit about the value here, give you my final thoughts, final score, leave you with a malt musing. But first, if you've yet to take a sec, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss any of these reviews. I drop them every Friday here on YouTube. It'll also keep you in the loop for happy hours every Tasty Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Deanston, Highland Distillery. This whiskey in particular is bottled at 45% ABV. It is a vintage year 1991. And it says here 28 years old. So good amount of information already so far about this whiskey. They do say it's a limited release. I'm not clear exactly how many bottles of this were made available. On the back as well, it does say that it is a natural color and non-chill filtered. So all very good news. Take a look at the bottle here. Classic Deanston bottle. All right. Muscat, for those who don't know, it is a very sweet fortified wine, and so that you're going to be expecting a lot of kind of apricot fruit sweetness going on in this, as that is one of the more dominant flavors of Muscat. This being a 28-year-old whiskey, I've had it in the glass for just around 20 minutes. I did want to make sure to do it its due justice, give it some time to breathe. This is what it's looking like. It's a nice dark color, amber. And let's get into the nose here. So the nose, a little bit of cinnamon and rich fruit. Peaches, orange, much more on the juicier fruit side, not really dried fruits. A little bit of cinnamon in the background. Slight nuttiness to this as well. Hints of almond maybe. But for the most part, sweet and a bit floral. Rich. Okay. Some oily viscosity on this too. All right, let's get it taste down here. Cheers. This one arrives very rich, full body. Pretty sticky. There's a citrus note, along with that kind of a dried cinnamon spice. Heavy fruit, again, orange, almond, peach, a little bit of vanilla and caramel as well. Finish is medium short, actually. You get a little bit of that cinnamon note again, a little bit of chocolate, bit of oak spice. Okay, let's try a little water. Again, 45% ABV, which I think with an older whiskey, we don't want to overdo the water. We're just going to do one drop. The older whiskeys they tend to be a bit more delicate and get much more easily watered down. So let's see what else is going on here. Okay, so I'm picking up a lot more citrus now. Orange citrus again. Little hints of brown sugar and toffee, maybe. There's a little bit of an alcohol burn, very slight. Another taste here, Slunch. Body again, rich, bit more spicy now with the addition of water. It's picking up some of that citrus. There's even a hint of saltiness. Caramel, toffee, vanilla. So I was mentioning, I believe, the finish on this is 3 years in Muscat. So that means 25 years, likely ex-bourbon. Although it does not say specifically on here. If you go online, you can find out that information. It's a bit almost like a marmalade note. Hmm. Okay, one more taste. Get a little bit of apple too now. Pretty rich, but I'm surprised at how quickly the finish drops off. It does not hang around all that long, which is a little bit surprising for an older whiskey like this, especially in its bottle at 45%. So, okay. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is a limited release Deanston. How limited? It's not clear. I think that maybe at least 5,000 bottles, if not a little bit more. Um, so this is something you would definitely have to hunt around a bit for. If you do want to find it, it is available here in the United States. It's going to cost you anywhere from about $450 to $500. So there's a really high cost on this whiskey. You can find it a bit cheaper overseas, looking at more like the 350 range USD, plus whatever you have to pay for shipping on that. So high cost here, and it is a 28-year-old age statement, which is encouraging, but really, really heavy cost on this one. I'm going to put this at a low value. As for final thoughts, I have to say, I expected a bit more out of this whiskey. It doesn't really have the complexity that I was hoping for at 28 years old. I do feel like that Muscat finish, it is very strong and maybe is kind of overpowering some of the more complexities we would be getting off a whiskey that's aged this long. It does have some nice bold flavor. I do commend the non-chill filtration natural color, which is great, 45%, also a good thing. But it just falls short for a whiskey in this price range from what I would normally expect in terms of, like I said, the complexity and just the nuance of this. I will say, if you do find a bottle of this, it does get a little bit more nuanced as it goes down in the bottle and oxidizes, but still not enough to, I think, make this rise to the occasion of being a must-have whiskey. All in all, a little bit on the disappointing side here. My final score here on this Deanston 1991 28-year-old Muscat finish is going to be a 3 out of 5, which means I recommend you give this a try sometime if you ever get the opportunity. Maybe buy it if you find it at a really good price, but this is definitely one I would want to make sure you try and know first that you really want this before you go spending what is a pretty substantial price tag. All right, 3 out of 5. That is the final score here on the Deanston 1991 28-year-old Muscat finish. With that, I will kick you on over to your malt musing. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this dram, and I'll catch you next week here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Sláinte, y'all.